Sup homies, in this video I want to give you a tip that will save you thousands of dollars if you want to become a developer. And the reason why I'm saying it's gonna save you thousands of dollars is because most people who fail at doing what I'm gonna show you here will be stuck for months, if not years, looking for their first job. Okay, so every single month when you're not a developer, you are losing money. This is called cost of opportunity. Okay, if you don't know how to make 100k every year, you are losing 100k every year. Okay, that's how you have to think about it. And I came across this concept 2-3 months ago, and it was in the back of my head for quite some time. And I think 2 days ago I explained it to a student that just enrolled in my program, and I also want to share it with you because this is gonna be game changing. I don't know how to explain this to you, but this is one of the top 3 tips that I can guarantee will change your perspective on every single thing when it comes to, you know, learning the skill and actually getting that first developer job. This is for you if you are just starting out. This is like a warning sign for you if you're just starting out, and you need to know what problems you'll have in the future in 6, 9, 12 months from now. And this is also for you if you finished a bootcamp, okay, and you are looking for a first job, or if you are self-taught and you are looking for a first job right now. Okay, so people that are kind of, you know, closer to the end of the destination, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna draw a little chart. Imagine this is the timeline of you going from 0 to 100, and 100 is where you actually get the job. Okay, you have all the right skills, you know how to interview, you know how to build apps, you know a lot of things. Okay, you are really a valuable engineer. Okay, and this is you at 0. Maybe you've been there, maybe you are there right now. I've been there, and it sucks because you don't know anything and you are like literally clueless when it comes to what's gonna happen to you. Okay, no matter who is gonna help you out, you are still clueless in a way. Anyway, so then let's see what happens. You come in, if you join my program, you'll start to make some progress, then you go up, blah blah blah, you improve your skills, and then if you're by yourself, if you finish the coding bootcamp, and if you follow the conventional advice, which is build a lot of projects, put them in your portfolio, then at some point you'll be like, okay, I have 6, 7, 8 projects, I finished my coding bootcamp, I finished my 50 Udemy courses, now let me go and apply, right? So then what you do is you stop coding completely, and now you start learning a new skill, which is interviewing. So then this one starts as well, right? Then you start learning about the most commonly asked questions in an interview, blah blah blah. You prepare for the behavioral interview, you put together a resume, try to make it pretty. You set up your GitHub profile to be super interesting with this new README style thingy that I've seen over and over for the past couple of months. And then you think, okay, nobody wants to give me a chance, right? So then you prep for interviews, but you get no interviews. Why? Because you are stuck at level 3 sophistication. As explained in my previous video, your portfolio and your skills are not developed enough yet. Because of that, you are not getting any interviews, and you cannot really prepare for the interviews. You can watch so many videos, you know, on MMA. You can watch people training, but at some point you need to train, right? The best way to prep for interviews is to have a lot of interviews and to figure out what you're doing wrong and fix that, not by doing theory. Okay, it's like tutorial hell for interviews. But the problem is that you are now dedicating all your awake time, all your free time to interviews, 8 hours a day or whatever. You just prep for interviews, you click apply and whatnot, and then the main skill that you were supposed to learn, which is coding, is completely gone. You stop developing, and because of that, because you have no skills, nobody wants to give you an interview because you look exactly the same as everyone else, as all the other coding bootcamp graduates, as all the other people who finished a university and they have a degree and they have no experience. You look the same as every other self-taught developer who did Scrimba, Free Code Camp, what's out there, Codecademy, Odin Project. You look exactly the same as everyone else. There's nothing interesting about you. You are mediocre. But what you should have done is listen to my advice from last week where I'm telling you to start building a product. So here, instead of applying because you are desperate to get a job, you want to make the money right now, otherwise something bad is going to happen. Instead of sharpening up your skills and getting better, you stopped just when things would have started turning in your favor. Imagine that. When you are about to get good, you stopped because you were too eager to get a job, or you've been misinformed and you've been told by other people, by other gurus, that you are ready to go and get a job. Apply, doesn't matter. That advice used to be good, but it's not anymore. You need more skills, and you need more knowledge, more experience, and that's why you need to build something more interesting, right? Because if you build stuff that's more interesting, your knowledge is gonna start to compound. Look at the difference. You are stuck at ChatGPT level, while you could have became an engineer if you'd have put 3, 4, 5, 6 extra months of hard work into the right thing. And now once you are here, imagine interviewing and having a resume when you have this type of experience here. Everything is gonna be way easier. It doesn't matter if you have the best resume in the world, like checked by all the bots and whatever. If you're not interesting, like, I don't know how to explain this to you, because I've seen it so many times and it's heartbreaking to see how many people are sent into the slaughterhouse. You're just not yet ready, okay? That's the problem. Sorry for swearing, but you're not ready yet, okay? And I understand that, you know, you want the job right away and then you go all in into prepping for an interview, but this is the wrong approach, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's the wrong approach because if you want to become a developer, you need to be a developer, okay? So what does that mean? Let's say you already work as a developer, right? You are working full-time somewhere and then you want to find a new job. Do you quit your job and then you start looking for a job? Do you stop coding completely and then you start looking for a job? Or do you keep coding on your day job and then you also prepare for interviews? Of course you keep coding because that's your job. You are a developer. And then you also add an extra 1 or 2 hours per day where you learn how to interview. But this is, again, as you see, this is the exact opposite of what people are doing. They are just barely scratching the surface with like a bunch of Udemy courses on, oh, let me learn Docker, but they've never actually deployed the proper Docker application. Or they learn a bit of Next.js, but they've never actually built an app with so many routes that you cannot handle by yourself and you need a team. Oh, let me learn some MongoDB, but they only did the most basic queries and they never actually thought about building a solid, database. You need to go deeper. That's where the money is. When you go deep, baby. So that's where most people mess up. I want to tell you how I overcome this, okay? Because I figured out a way 3 months ago to solve this problem. Instead of prepping for interviews here, we start prepping for interviews here. So my program is like, let's say 9 months. So convenient, right? And then we have a weekly meeting for interviews, right? So you come in and then you can get interviewed if you want to, or you can listen to other people getting interviewed for 9 months, 4 times a month, 4.3 times a month. That means 4 times 9 is 36. You have 36 sessions of interviews, right? 36 till you actually get to have a job. Most people don't even have one, and you have 36 opportunities. And on top of that, we have a total of 6 calls in my program, which is 9 months, where we have Q&As, right? Like people build projects way better than what most people build. And they come in with questions or they want a review on their work. So then I show them different ways, right? And then we finish after like 20, 30 minutes because I'm very efficient with this, okay? And then what we do at the end, for another 30 minutes or 1 hour, we start practicing interviews again, algorithms, trivia questions, etc., etc. So in fact, you'll end up having like 4 or 5 hours of interview prep per week, if that's what you want, before you even get to have an interview. And you also build a sick project with a team of developers. Do you see how different this is? And you might watch this video and you might think, oh, you're just saying this, but I want you to really think if this actually makes sense. If you saw people having this issue, go ahead on Reddit and ask this question, see what people are doing. Go on LinkedIn and ask people what they are doing once they start applying. See if they are falling into the same exact problem that I'm describing here. Go ahead and do it. I want you to do your own research. Don't just trust me. If you wanna know what project to build, you just need to think, right? Because the first question that you need to ask is, what is a front-end developer or full-stack developer doing? Have you ever asked yourself this question? Yeah, a front-end developer is building a web application. What is a web application? Give me 10 examples of web applications. Okay, you found maybe Twitter, the big ones, but have you ever found a small one? An app that's made by one person? Have you ever looked into that? Again, I've made a video on that 2 weeks ago or 1 week ago, depending on when you're gonna see this video. Can you reverse engineer one of those products? Can you make your own look the same and feel the same? Can you make it look premium? Because if you make calculators, bro, or sys, you're not gonna get anywhere. Those are nice to learn on, but you're not gonna get anywhere. I keep saying this because people keep doing this mistake over and over and over again. So I have to repeat myself until I have nothing else to say. But this is the process. If you understand this chart, you'll absolutely crush it. Of course, you can try to do this on your own, and it's gonna be very difficult, because it is very difficult to hold people together and do this stuff. I would say it's close to impossible if you wanna do it by yourself. I don't wanna demotivate you, but that's the reality. It's very difficult, okay? If you don't wanna do this by yourself, and if you wanna do it with a system, with a proven roadmap, with guidance, with mentorship, with reviews, with feedback, with interview prep, knowing all the questions, prepping them, getting roasted, not having to be overwhelmed by all these available resources online, not being confused by every single video that you see on YouTube, being in a community with other people, making friends with other people that are, you know, rooting for you and they are supporting you and whatnot, then you can join my program, of course. The link for that is in the description of this video, and click it. I have a sick guarantee because I have a sick program. It works really well. And the only thing that you are losing by not doing this is your time and the potential money that you could be making, and the amount of energy you would spend to figure out all this stuff that I spent 4 years figuring out and tested on dozens of people beforehand. So that's the video, that's the pitch. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, like it. If you have any comments, comment. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Share it with your friends on Twitter, 4chan, Reddit, wherever. See you in the next one. Bye bye.